Support for Buffalo State College Club Hockey comes from Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. 856-2872 or militello.com. By Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years, with COVID testing, vaccinations, and boosters available at Ivy Lee, along with CBD products, home health care, and all of your other pharmacy needs. Ivy Lee at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, or ivyleepharmacy.com. By the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo, narchislaw.com. By 95 Nutrition, healthy and delicious meal prep and delivery, making it simple to live a healthy lifestyle and reach your nutritional goals. Enjoy the convenience of healthy eating with 95 Nutrition. Order online from their 8 Western New York locations for pickup or delivery. More information, 95nutrition.com. By Colvin Cleaners, dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, tailoring, restoration, and all garment services. Colvin Cleaners, the Buffalo Niagara region's premier green earth dry cleaner, and where the Buffalo State College Club hockey team goes to keep their uniforms the sharpest looking in the league. ColvinCleaners.com or visit them on Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. And we're about set to go now for second period play, as it is the Bengals on the road facing the Canisius College Golden Griffins, the ACHA Division I Canisius Golden Griffins, here from Harborcenter in downtown Buffalo. It's a 3-1 lead in favor of Canisius as we get going with second period play. Hello, I'm Aaron Elpern alongside Sean McHugh, color commentator, camera operator Jeff Jazarowski, as Canisius has the puck in their own defensive zone, looking to start it up ice. On the far side now, as it's Joe Lotempio over there creating some pressure in the offensive zone. Loose puck comes out to Zach Schultz, getting some help there from Ben Gallivan, and the Bengals keep it in the offensive zone. Puck comes out to the far point, kept in there by Cole Newman. Newman gets it down low. Gallivan just pushes it further into the corner. Zach Schultz down there. 2 Bengals and 2 Griffs in there trying to find possession of a loose puck. And it's Gallivan now behind the net. Tries to get a spinning backhand pass in front of the net. Hits the side of the net, then comes back to the point. Cole Newman fans on a shot there. And that gives Pruner a chance to get it up ice for Canisius.
Ooh, almost got too many there.
Canisius very close to getting too many men on the ice there as the puck went over and back of the Buff State blue line. They do manage to get it across the blue line eventually. But now it's going to be a loose puck picked up by Ryan Hahn, and now the Bengals starting up ice. Hahn across the blue line into the offensive zone, stops along the far wall, avoids one man, makes a very nice move there, gets a pass across to Elliot Hunt. Hunt with it on his stick there in the slot, but he had 2 different Golden Griffins on him, unable to get a shot off, and Canisius clears the zone. Bengals having to regroup now at center ice. Puck comes across the blue line, almost a good bounce there from the Buff State perspective, almost came right to Elliot Hunt, and he would have had a lane there towards the net if he would have gotten that bounce correctly. Hunt then lays a hit on his man there as he was trying to come out from behind the net, and that's going to be a penalty called, as it was number 18 taking that hit, Kyle Neudorf. It looked like he tried to avoid the hit there at the last second of Elliot Hunt, but it ends up getting a fair amount of the lower body, it looks like, and it's a tripping call that I'm imagining the refs are making here, as the Canisius player Neudorf still down in the Canisius defensive zone.
Yeah, he's hurting too. He's grabbing at that left knee, and this is something you never want to see at all. But this is part of the argument for maybe a no-win situation for Canisius getting someone hurt. But at the same time, it's not like that's going to happen in any game right now. It's just one of those situations where you just hate seeing a player down like this. It was a pretty hard hit he took, and he's still down on all fours right now. He's in some discomfort, and he's really reaching towards that left knee.
Yeah, Neudorf came out around the left side of his own net with the puck and tried to carry it through kind of the middle part of the slot there in the Canisius zone. As he was just making that pass, Elliot Hunt had him pretty much lined up there coming out from behind the net. Neudorf making one move to try to avoid the hit, but ends up taking kind of worse contact as a result. The contact ends up not being direct on the midsection, but off to the side and part of the lower body, and he's still down on the ice as a result. Certainly we hope to see him get back to his skates and certainly at least over to the bench and at least enough comfort to get back to his skates, but he is still.
No, he's going. He's down. Like he's on his back now.
Yeah, he just readjusted himself to.
Yeah, they got the trainer on him right now, trying to work it on that knee. So this is tough to look at, but hopefully it's just a nasty stinger and he can shake it off.
The longer he stays down, though, the more I start to be concerned that is not going to be the case with this injury. Certainly the last thing that we wanted to see happen.
No, when the trainer starts feeling around
game.
in the joint, too, that's...
And
you hope for the best, but it's never good when the trainer starts to work around to say, does this hurt, does this hurt, does this hurt? Because now he's trying to look to see what exactly in the knee hurts. Oh, wait.
All right, so he's turning over and now getting to his knees, and his teammates are going to help him up to his skates. That's certainly good to see.
He's going right. He cannot put any weight on that leg, though.
Yeah,
So
left leg unable to put any weight on it. Number 18, Kyle Newdorf, the freshman from Amherst, being helped off the ice here by his teammates. Certainly wish nothing but the best for him as he deals with this, and clearly a lot of discomfort as he's helped off the ice and now being helped down the tunnel back into the team locker room.
Yeah, it's tough to see. That's the one thing. I mean, we're it's competition. You know, you play to win. You do whatever it takes to win. But there are, and not to say Elliot Hunt did anything dirty. It's an unfortunate collision right there, and you just hate to see anybody get hurt. And Elliot Hunt did deserve a penalty there. He did not argue at all. He got a 5.
Yeah, he ended up getting a 5-minute major as a result of that.
They probably got him for kneeing then.
Yeah, and it's the correct call. It's not
unintentional,
one that
you got to call it.
Yeah,
have to call it.
Especially when the player's down on the ice for a good 5 minutes afterwards. Has to be helped off by 3 or 4 different people in the locker room.
Calling that prevents well, in theory, the idea is to prevent a retaliation, even though I don't think anybody on the rink thinks there was any intent to injure right there.
Any doubt, though, is eliminated by that call. Canisius then looking to take advantage of those. They will have a 5-minute power play here as they set up in the offensive zone. Good play there along the blue line to keep it in. Puck down low. Now shot then from just to the right of the cage is taken there by number 7, Zach Wagner, had one of the goals in the first period. The Buffalo State net comes off in the process, so we have a stoppage. 33 seconds into the major power play for Canisius. Both teams get settled again and get ready for a face-off coming up here in the Buff State zone.
Yeah, and this is big right here for Buff State. Canisius ended the period with a lot of momentum, and a long power play is definitely not something you want to spot a team that's got that kind of momentum, so this is important.
Aaron's on the far side, gets it down low, gets that puck right back on his stick. Quick shot in on goal. Save made by A.J. White. It's kind of a give-and-go play there being made by Wagner and Aaron's from the high-low game. It was Aaron's feeding that pass down low and then Wagner giving it right back to him. Good shot in on goal. Good opportunity created on the Canisius power play. A.J. White up to that challenge, though. Still a 3-1 game. Now 4:16 to go in the Buff State penalty that they're killing.
Good to see A.J. White on top of his blue paint and confident right there after, the rough end of the period for the Bengals, because they're going to need him if they're going to get back into this game.
Ryan Miller lays a hit on the far side as carrying it in front of the net. A redirection shot from point-blank range is sitting on top of the crease was Yoakum. Good shot in on goal as another scoring opportunity created on the power play for Canisius. It was Wagner again, the one who was at the center of that play, carrying that puck in towards the slot and getting that redirection shot in on goal.
Yeah, but Buffalo, the Bengals, they have to start getting the puck down the ice because they cannot get hemmed in for extended periods of a time. That's just not a recipe for success on a long power play against anybody, much less this team.
Puck down low and behind the net now. Wagner setting up the power play. Moves it along the near boards to Reed. Back up top to Sakari, and now across. Shot being taken there from the far side. Gets deflected wide as it was Aaron's letting that one go. Now a battle for a loose puck in behind the Buff State net. Ryan Kelly doing a good job there to kill off some time in the penalty. It's a Canisius player, though, taking it away from that little pile up in the corner. Back to the point to Sakari. He takes a shot through traffic. It gets past A.J. White off the post and back in front. And then the rebound is buried by Zach Wagner as he had a lot of time to find that rebound. He did manage to locate it, put it past A.J. White. Now it's a 4-1 game as Canisius still has 3:33 remaining on their power play.
Yeah, the Bengals need to settle it down right now because the floodgates, they're rocking right now, and they are one more goal away from being busted open. They spotted him a 5-minute power play to start the period after giving, a rough goal to open it. So Bengals really got to put their nose to the grindstone now. They got a mountain to climb, and the base of it is not going to be kind to them.
Bengals looked like they gained possession right off the draw, but Canisius took it right back from them, and now they look to set it up and get it up ice. It's Tricarico right in front of our broadcast position with the puck on his stick. Cross ice pass, and he's got Urban on the far side, but he turns it over. Zach Schultz back in the other direction. Schultz trying to get a shot in on goal in the shorthanded situation. That one was blocked, though. And now Schultz sets up some pressure against 4 different Canisius players in the near corner. Comes back to the point, kept in by Ryan Kelly as the Bengals continue to kill off this penalty. Puck comes out in front and is doing some good work here in the PK. Zach Schultz and Joe Lotempio for Buff State. Canisius, though, does manage to get it up ice. Feeding it in around behind the net is Tricarico. And he goes and picks it up himself there in the far corner. Looked to make a pass back to the point. There's nobody there, though. And he does the Bengals a favor and clears it all the way back down to the Canisius end.
That's what the Bengals needed right there. Regroup and set it up and try and get some pressure once they gain the neutral zone.
Puck coming through the neutral zone now. It's Tricarico here in front of our broadcast position. Dumps it in, but that one hits the referee, and that allows Buff State to clear it out of the zone. And Pawelski has to restart things for the Griffs here just along his own blue line. 2:22 now remaining in the major penalty to Buff State, as Pawelski finds some room through the neutral zone and gains the Buff State blue line. Takes a little bit of a bump here in the near corner from Ryan Hahn. Hahn now trying to go after that loose puck in behind the net. Going to war there against 2 Canisius players trying to come away with it. Pass then comes through the slot. Nobody there to find it. All the way back into the Canisius territory. Now exactly 2 minutes left on the major penalty to Elliot Hunt.
So far, so good after the goal. They gotten the puck down, and Canisius also, they don't seem to mind those slowing it down and setting it up right now. That might be something the Bengals have to adjust in a minute, being down 3. They can probably get away with it now, trying to do damage control, but Canisius starts to slow tempo down. That's going to be trouble for the Bengals.
Reed back to the point to Sakari, loads up that slap shot. Pad saved by A.J. White. Canisius keeping it moving, though. Sakari has it, moves it over to the far side. Aaron's there, down low, pass out in front, nobody there, and a good play by Brett Sardina to clear it the length of the ice. Now a minute 22 remaining in the Buff State penalty kill as Canisius tries to get it up ice quickly, but the icing is waved off here. I don't understand that call. It was a quick wave off.
I mean, it worked.
As Sardina was in the area of it, but I didn't think he had any sort of play on that one. Canisius getting a little bit of a favor there from the officiating crew, but they now have it moving up ice again. Yoakum getting that pass intercepted, and now Ryan Hahn tries to go back in the other direction for Buff State. Loose puck there in the neutral zone. Canisius finally settling it down, and Sakari comes forward with it. Sakari into the offensive zone. Good play by Ryan Hahn to angle him off there on the far side. Hahn now has that loose puck and tries to clear it. Does manage to come across the blue line. Now 40 seconds remaining in the Canisius power play.
Move it!
Brendan Reed with the puck moves it up ice along the blue line now. And it's Wagner carrying it in towards the net. Tries to get it out through his skates. Losing control of it, though, and now the Bengals with a chance to clear it. Glasgow, though, a little bit too lackadaisical on that play. Didn't end up getting it past the defenseman.
Massive
but
hole,
Gallivan
nothing.
does a good job to get it away from one man. Up ice, shot in on towards the net. That one's blocked before it gets there. Bengals, though, keeping it moving in the offensive zone as they now have just 10 seconds left to kill on their penalty. Canisius settles it down, moves it up ice. Again, it's Zach Wagner with the puck. Gets it across to Aarons, across the blue line into the offensive zone. Brendan Reed with it. Good passing there down low by Canisius, getting it right out in front. Shot opportunity from right in tight. A.J. White making the stop on that one. And the Bengals have finally killed off that 5-minute major. And they're back to 5-on-5 with 13-16 now remaining in period number 2.
All right, so Buffalo State got out of the hard part. Not unscathed, but it could have been worse. So now the real work begins. They got to start chipping away at this Canisius lead. Got to get back to playing the way they started the game with all kinds of pressure and chances.
Going to have to do something here in the next 5 minutes or so to stem the momentum.
Definitely.
Canisius seized it there at the end of the first period, and they've done nothing but increase that momentum here in the second. There's a shot in from the point by John Pryor. Pad save made by A.J. White. And loose puck in the neutral zone. Canisius looking to come right back into the offensive zone. Good move to get free. Another shot in on goal. Save made by White. Scramble for a rebound, cleared out to the side by Ryan Kelly. Bengals get it up ice, just a little too far for Elliot Hunt, but into the offensive zone for the Bengals. Hunt knocks his man down. Guerrero picks up the loose puck, circles behind the net. 2 different Canisius players quickly on him, and now back at the point, Guerrero has it. Gets it down low, finds Ryan Miller, man quickly on him, but Miller keeps it moving in the offensive zone, getting it down low, trying that cycle play. And now Guerrero creating a little bit more pressure as the Bengals finally getting things established here in the offensive zone. Shot attempt from the point by Ryan Kelly goes wide. That gives Canisius the opportunity to move up ice. Ryan Miller pestering a man there as he carried it through the neutral zone. Lucky he didn't get a penalty there for a couple hacks with the stick. Bengals, though, now trying to do some work here in their own defensive zone as Canisius tries to settle it down. Comes back to the point. Kept in by McCune. McCune with a man quickly right on him. Gets it down low. Pass in front of the net. Save made by White, as looking for an opportunity there from point-blank range was Jerkowski. White making that save to keep this one a 4-1 game. Jerkowski now in the corner. Back to the point. D-to-D pass. Now setting it up on the far side is McGuire. Just gets it down low where the Canisius player forward in front of the net tries to settle it down. It comes back to the point, and Canisius keeps it in here in the offensive zone. Puck comes out towards the slot. Sardina unable to get it out of the zone. Canisius keeping it in, putting a lot of pressure on the Bengals here in the second period. As now setting up here in the near corner, looking for a pass is Zacharine. Behind the net, Jerkowski then to the point. Canisius again setting things up here as this Bengals unit has been out there for a while. Shot attempt from the high slot doesn't get through. Ryan Kelly getting in the way of that one. Finally, the Bengals with a chance to clear the zone. Now Sardina catching a pass in his skates and takes a big hit in front of the Canisius blue line that allows the Griffs to quickly counter. Here comes Pawelski into the offensive zone, tries to make a move around Newman, loses control of it there in the corner, but the puck comes out in front of the net, and looked like it was Tricarico trying to settle that one down as the pass just caught him in the skates a little bit. Clearing attempt does not connect on the glass, ends up going into the protective netting. So we have a stoppage in play with 10:49, a chance for the Bengals to catch their breath here in this one, as it's been Canisius pretty much dominating this second period. Actually, you can go back to about the 2-minute mark of the first period that they have seized control of this game, and basically the last 12 minutes or so have belonged to the team in white.
Yep, they've outshot the Bengals 11-0 this period, and that is exactly how you don't come back in a game. Among other things, the Bengals really got to figure something out. I mean, I don't know how they got away from what they were doing so well. I mean, obviously Canisius was going to adjust, but I mean, I don't understand how the Bengals have allowed Canisius to just flip a switch and then just, put their foot on their chest and keep them down this entire period.
Puck is played right in on goal from the neutral zone. White making the save on that one, holding on for a whistle. Faceoff will come up to his right now with 10:32 remaining in period number 2. And our coverage supported by the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, an advocate for Western New Yorkers with blue-collar roots, providing efficient and cost-effective representation from offices in Lockport and Geneseo. NarchisLaw.com. Canisius with a quick opportunity right in off the draw, as walking in with that puck was Mason Versage. Had a clear look all the way into the net from where he picked up the puck right around the faceoff dot. Bengals got to be a little bit sharper in the defensive zone, making sure that they have their personnel coverage, making sure they're staying with their men, especially off of faceoffs like that. There's an opportunity right off the draw. Backhand shot coming from Jake Pruner. Save was made by White, his 21st save of the game. Bengals back in the opposite direction. It's Gallivan into the offensive zone. Gallivan goes towards the net, towards his backhand.
Put it in.
Got it in on
Good
net.
move.
Sweeney made the save, though, as Gallivan went to the backhand. Canisius looking to get it up ice quickly. Ryan Hahn, though, back on the play, making sure that didn't develop along the Buff State blue line.
They got him.
It's offsides, I think, that they're calling there. As the Canisius was attempting to change there along their bench, and they were just offside on the play. And the player ended up, I don't know if the Canisius player ended up playing it or was about to play it or was just kind of in the way. Linesman just
late offsides whistle. That's what I thought it was too many men.
Yeah, he just blew the play dead as it was a little bit uncertain of what was going on there.
When in doubt, do that. Yeah. Unless it's by the goal mouth, but it wasn't.
Puck is back in play here. Canisius keeping it in off the faceoff. Shot coming in from the point. That one let go by Schwartz. Looked like it was a little bit difficult for White to see. Did manage to get it late and make the save. As a loose puck in the neutral zone, hand pass being signaled by the referee in behind the play. So we'll have another neutral zone faceoff coming up now. 9:43 to go in second period action.
Bengals got to get something going. I mean, it was a good rush there by Gallivan to get a chance on net. That's a good start, but the Bengals need to get they need to get zone time, period. I think them lining up for this faceoff is the most time they've spent in the offensive zone this period, with or without game time. So they need to get on the puck, and they need to get some cycling, and they need to get some shots on net here.
Puck is pinned to the far boards right below the Ad Pro Sports banner there on the far side of the rink. Canisius comes out of there with it. They move it up ice into the offensive zone. Wagner trying to make a move there around Hussey. Good defense, though, as number 67 was wise to that move. Shot coming in from the point. Save made by White. Pass in front. That one's played out to the side as Zach Schultz doing some good work there in the defensive zone. Canisius, though, keeping it in, though. Right in behind the net, Puelski looking for a pass from there. He's got the puck on his stick again. 2 different attempts to get that pass out in front. Bengals not allowing that puck to get in front of the cage. Canisius, though, keeping it in, however, now as we are under 9 minutes to go in the second period. Puck comes out in front. Shot taken by Reed, goes just wide and off the glass. Wagner, though, keeps it in the offensive zone and keeps it moving for Canisius. Tries to make a pass along the far boards as it's Schwartz coming in from his point position. Bengals finally getting possession of it, but a player falls down in front of the net. Canisius with a chance to get that shot in from a tight angle. Save made by White as Canisius still with the puck here in the offensive zone. Bengals having a very difficult time even gaining possession, much less keeping it and getting the puck up ice. Bengals would be wise to try to get a change here while they have an opportunity to. 2 forwards do go for the bench for new personnel as the puck is in the Buff State zone. Just a clearing attempt there from Hussey. Comes into the neutral zone, and then across the blue line was Merrill. But a little bit of a break for the Bengals there as Canisius brought the puck in off sides. And that ends up resulting in the stoppage in play, and now a face-off in the neutral zone with 8:15 to go in the period. It's a period that has not gone well for Buff State so far.
That's putting it mildly, but there is still time left. The Bengals got to get something going now. They did a nice job after allowing the first goal on the 5-minute power play. But now they got to start playing offense because they're down 3, and this Canisius team is tough to get any on, but you got to get 3.
Bengals in the offensive zone here. It's a wraparound attempt tried by Michael Guerrero. He scored that way a week ago against Penn State Bearing College.
There's a way to do it.
Shot coming in from the point as Cole Newman got a lot on that one from the far side. Bengals, though, finding possession of it. Mark Hager carries it across the blue line. Good move there to make sure his teammate got back in on sides. Puck comes back into the neutral zone, though, as it's Guerrero looking to get it up ice. Guerrero's pass is intercepted. And now back across the blue line. Canisius letting that shot go as it was McCune getting that shot in, coming up from his point position to get a little bit of an offensive burst there for Canisius. As the Griffs have it in the offensive zone, now with 7:25 to go in the second period. Puck comes back across the blue line into center ice and then sent right back in by the Griffs. A little bit of time, though, for Buff State to start their breakout as Canisius had to tag up. Ryan Hahn tries to go long through the neutral zone as he had Mike Guerrero looking for that stretch play to connect. Canisius was in a good position, though. Defenseman getting a stick in there, making sure that pass didn't get there. And now Pruner carries it across the blue line for the Griffs. Loses control of it here in the near corner. It comes out to Guerrero as we're under 7 minutes left in the second period. Elliott Hunt taking a bump there. Very good defense as it was Sakari making sure that Hunt didn't have a lane to carry that puck in. And laid enough of a hit on him to make sure he couldn't get to that loose puck. Michael Guerrero, though, doing some good stick handling, though. Gets it into the offensive zone. Just losing control of it as he gets to the slot. And then he gets hit late as it appears that we're going to get a Canisius penalty taken here with a little bit more than 6:35 to go in the second period. It is a hooking minor being handed out, and the Buff State Bengals are going to get a chance with the power play.
I mean, yeah, hooking, I guess, is the only call you can make when there's no call for tackling a dude's face, so that's a good call. And it was really good individual effort there by Michael Guerrero. You know, fancy move to keep the puck in and gain the zone, then a nice little toe drag. Goes for the third move. I was about to say it was too much, but he drew a penalty, so I didn't. And this is the opportunity the Bengals needed. You can get into the third down just 2 or even 1, but you want to definitely at least get some chances here and get some of that momentum back.
Bengals setting up the power play now. Ryan Hahn midpoint, lets a shot go. It hits somebody on the way through and goes wide. But it's going to be Ryan Miller with possession of it here in the near boards. Gets it back to Hahn. Hahn back to Miller. Miller with a little bit of trouble handling it there along the near wall.
Yeah, he shot the puck before he had it on a stick.
Gets it back to Hahn, now across ice. Beautiful passing there is the opportunity in front of the net. The rebound's finally put home as the Bengals go high to low, cross ice, and a beautiful setup in front of the net. Putting it home eventually is the captain, Joe Lotempio. After Ryan Miller got that one in on net, the Bengals got just what they needed there with the man advantage. A second goal of the game. It's now a 4-2 contest. The Bengals got a little bit of life there from that goal.
Absolutely. Great job up top by Ryan Hahn, holding the puck at the blue line, getting the attention of both wingers up high. Sends the puck down to the dot to Ryan Kelly, who walks in, takes his time because he has time and space. Looks at the goaltender, looks at the pass, sends a pass to Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller walks in, has the whole net to shoot at. Goaltender made an absolutely ridiculous save. I mean, you got to mention that. That save was nuts.
Absolutely.
But, you know, when you make a save like that, once it hits you, if you don't swallow it, you're at the mercy of the forward on the tape. Joe Lotempio up right in front of the net, bangs home the rebound. The Bengals get a goal they desperately needed.
Captain Joe's 5th of the year has the Bengals right back in this one, but Canisius with the immediate answer as it's Brendan Reed making a pretty move in front of the net, going to the backhand, beating A.J. White to get the Canisius 5th goal of the game. The immediate answer from the Griffs, not even 20 seconds after the Buff State goal.
Oh, yeah, that's a big goal for Canisius, too. You can just tell the fans next to us are just erupting with joy after that. Bengals, do what you can't do right there. Just, a bit of a breakdown in their own end. A man gets loose, walks in down the slot, one-on-one with the goaltender and beats him. And just like that, right after the Bengals get something they desperately need, they give it back 15 seconds later.
Canisius again looking to add to it. Shot taken in towards the net. One of those backhanders that nobody quite knows where it's going to go. Tough read for the goaltender. A.J. White did manage to make that stop. Hang on for a whistle. Faceoff coming up to his left in the Bengals defensive zone. 5:42 now remaining in second period play. Canisius wins the draw, but it's going to be Gallivan skating it up ice, carrying it through the neutral zone 1-on-3. Has some help coming in late. Takes
nice
a shot
play.
through traffic.
Real nice.
Save made by Sweeney. As a nice setup there as a little crossing play made in the slot, giving the Bengals the chance for that shooting opportunity. Gallivan got a lot on it. Sweeney doing a good job making a save there. Bengals getting it back into the offensive zone. Zach Schultz down low, putting on some pressure on the Canisius defenders. Gallivan helping out as well, doing the same thing, laying a hit on the far side. Puck comes back out into center ice and back into the Buff State zone, where circling in his own end is going to be Alex Hussey. Hussey to Kelly. Kelly banks it off the boards and gets it up to the neutral zone. Glasgow with some difficulty handling it there, though, in the neutral zone. And back across the blue line, it's Brendan Reed. Sardina up ice, takes a hit in front of the Canisius bench. And now it's going to be Canisius looking to carry it up ice, as it's going to be losing control of it was Wagner, but he does manage to get it up to Reed and into the offensive zone. Opportunity from down low. That shot taken by Versage off the shoulder of A.J. White. As Canisius piling up the shots here in this period. They're up to 28 now for the game. I believe that's 15 then for the period. Isn't that right, Sean?
Yes, and that's not a good number to give up, especially in a period and a half. There's still 5 minutes left in this period to go, too.
Bengals looking to move it up ice. Alex Hussey jumping in from his point position. The puck ends up caroming into the Buff State bench. So we have a stoppage in play now with 4:23 remaining in second period play. Canisius has opened up a 5-2 lead here in this contest. It was actually Buff State getting the game's first goal in the first period. Canisius then quickly answering back with 3, 2 of them in the last 2 minutes of the frame. They've carried that momentum over here into second period play. And Buff State having a little bit of difficulty with things here in the period. They did manage to get a power play goal, but it was Canisius answering back not even 15 seconds later. Canisius up ice into the offensive zone. Shot taken, goes just wide. Kept in at the point, though. That shot's deflected into the near corner, and Canisius picks up possession again with Versage. Puck to the near point. Bengals get it up ice. 3-on-1 developing here. Anton Rupert into the offensive zone, looking for the pass, takes the shot. Save made by Sweeney, as that one pretty much hit him in the breadbasket. And now it's going to be a chance behind the defenses. Versage into the offensive zone for Canisius to the backhand. Save made by A.J. White, as Ryan Hahn pestering the player there from behind. Loose in front of the Buff State net. A.J. White sprawls out of his crease forward. Bengals can't find possession of it. Finally do, as it's still in front of the Buff State net. Finally cleared to center ice, and Urban has to settle it down, but he can't. And Glasgow takes it from him. Sardina coming in for some puck support. Bengals into the offensive zone here. Can't really develop a scoring opportunity, though, as Yoakum came in to make a play. Puck here in the neutral zone, sent right back into the offensive zone by Anton Rupert. Some light pressure from the Bengals. Elliot Hunt, the only one in the offensive zone, creates a loose puck, though. Just can't find that pass there as he was looking for Ryan Miller coming off the bench. Miller gets in the way of a pass, though. Looks to set up a pass in front of the net. That one is intercepted. Comes out wide to the boards. Guerrera keeping it in. Moves it along down low. Ryan Kelly fires a shot that goes wide, but it's now on the stick of Elliot Hunt. Hunt almost with that pass across ice to Guerrera. Guerrera was open. Miller now with a chance. Down low. Lets a shot go. Save made. Miller now trying to get that pass back out in front of the net. Took a little bit of a bump, but he still keeps things moving here on the play. Puck comes out to Pruner here in the neutral zone, coming in 1-on-1 against Cole Newman. Pruner tries to bounce it across in front, but Newman right there with him. As we have a stoppage here, as the net coming off of its moorings. And we'll have a face-off coming up in the Buff State end, I would imagine, as we now have 2:29 remaining in second period play. Canisius still leading this one by a 3-goal margin. And they have done very good work here in this period. They have 2 goals to the 1 from Buff State, but they have spent a ton of time in the offensive zone, creating plenty of chances just like that one. Pruner on the doorstep. A.J. White making another big save to keep that one out of the net. And getting another whistle there with the net coming off, as Canisius continuing to create scoring opportunities in the offensive zone. They have done nothing but that, certainly since late in the first period.
Yeah, and they were victimized by a quick whistle right there because the ref lost sight of the puck, which is what you're supposed to do. But if that whistle didn't go, there was a Canisius forward right on the doorstep to bang it into the empty net, so the Bengals might have got bailed out there.
A little bit of a break. Bengals coming out with possession. Up ice, Guerrero with it across the Canisius blue line. Tries to split the defender. Still has it, though.
Can't split him, blow him up.
Puck comes out to the near corner. Canisius quickly up ice with it, but Cole Newman gets in a passing lane. Sends it right back in across the blue line into the offensive zone. Buff State tags up, and Canisius looks to start up ice. Cryer for that pass through the neutral zone. Deflected by the stick and skate of Pruner. And it's into the Canisius bench, so a stoppage with just under 2 minutes in the period.
Yep, and the Bengals need to do something with this next 2 minutes. I mean, they got the goal, they gave it back, so they created more work for themselves, so they got to do it again. So the problem is, this is the time in the first when Canisius decided that they were going to play, and this is when they took the game over. So Bengals are going to need to try to do a little reverse course here. Just, it's not going to be easy considering the opponent right now, but nothing worth doing is, right?
Exactly. 1:50 to go now in period number 2 as the Bengals try to get a late surge here in second period play. They have the puck in the offensive zone, battling for possession here along the near boards. 2 players from each side. It's eventually Canisius coming out of the pile with it, but Buff State getting in the way of that breakout attempt, and they keep the pressure on here in the offensive zone. That pass hits a skate. Finally, Canisius gets it into open ice.
That was the last thing you could do right there.
Buff State looks like they're taking a penalty here. There's a delayed call being made. And exactly as Sean said, the last thing that you can have happen in a game when you're down 3 and have very little momentum is to take an offensive zone penalty, and that's exactly what Ben Gallivan's done, taking a 2-minute roughing minor with 1:23 to go in the second period. This is one of those dangerous moments then for Buff State, as this game could be blown wide open here with a Canisius power play late in the second.
Yes, this is, I mean, every penalty kill is huge, and I said it about the first one, but if you go down 4 here, I mean, I don't want to say it's over, but this is not a team you want to go down 2 against, much less 4.
Bengals, though, get possession off the draw. Sardina coming up ice 1-on-2, trying to create something on his own. Brett Sardina fires that shot over the right shoulder of the goaltender. A shorthanded goal for number 53, Brett Sardina. It's a 5-3 hockey game as Bengals looking to grab momentum of their own, killing off a penalty. And it's a beautiful individual effort resulting in a 5-3 hockey game. Great goal by Brett Sardina as he snipes that top corner.
I don't think anybody was expecting Brett to do that. I think the defenseman laid off him in case he shot for a rebound, in case there was a trailer, and the goaltender Sweeney was protecting the short side snipe, because that's oftentimes what players try to do there, and Sardina just ripped it far side.
Elliott Hunt getting the puck into the offensive zone, taking a hit there in the slot as he was waiting for some help. He's got it pinned against the near corner, going to battle against 2 different Canisius players for that loose puck. Now it's Glasgow coming in late to put some pressure on as we are under a minute to go in the period. Canisius settling things down in behind their own net, moving it up ice now on their power play. Puck comes out to the far blue line to Wagner. Wagner in 1-on-2, tries to get that shot through Kelly, but Kelly deflects it wide. Now against the far boards, Ryan Hahn trying to vie for possession against 3 different Canisius players, comes out behind the net. Kelly with the clearing attempt, doesn't get past the point man, Sakari. Sakari feeds it back down low. Kelly's the first one to it there. He's going to have a chance to clear it, but he's got 2 different Canisius players on him in a hurry. Now just 24 seconds remaining in the period. Wagner comes out of the pile with that loose puck, tries to get a shot into the slot. Save made by White. Sakari with a second shot at it as he was set up beautifully there right in the mid slot. Walked in, let the shot go, but White came up well on top of his crease, made that shoulder save. Sakari almost had a second opportunity at it, but the puck was bouncing on him a little bit there. Couldn't get that second opportunity on goal. But we'll get a faceoff here in the defensive zone for Buff State. 14.6 seconds remaining in the second period, 51 seconds remaining in the Buff State penalty. Canisius winning the faceoff, comes back to the point, but a good play by Elliott Hunt to get the stick in there and get that cleared across the blue line. Urban trying to bring it right back into Buffalo State territory. 5 seconds left in the period. Hahn's going to try to pin it to the far boards. Takes a hit from Pawelski. Elliott Hunt coming in over there to throw a hit on Pawelski afterwards.
Pawelski did not like that either.
No, it looked like he turned around and gave thought to continuing things, but then thought better of it and
might be why there's a letter on
away.
his chest, because he knew not to do that.
Yeah, it was. There's no value in this portion of the game to do something along those lines. So a smart play by Pawelski not to continue things with Elliott Hunt, even though he might have desired to do so in that case. But that's the way that the second period will end. It's a 5-3 score in favor of Canisius. I don't think that you would say that was an even period at all. Canisius was clearly the better team, but on the scoreboard, each team scored 2 goals in that frame, so it's still a 2-goal margin heading into the third.
So the Bengals have proven they are able to get 2 in a period against Canisius, but now what they have to prove is they can do that and also not allow any. So that's the task at hand right here. You know what, Aaron, you wanted a tune-up for the playoffs. Well, everyone did. Well, here it is. You're playing a team that's in a league higher than yours, a lot of experience, a lot of talent, and now they're playing hard. You came out and punched them in the mouth first, so now they're going to come at you. So this is the test. How do they fare? Do they have it? Do they make a game out of this, or does Canisius come out and rip it out from under them? We're going to see in this third period.
Third period play coming up here as we continue to bring you live coverage of Buffalo State College Club Hockey. Taped coverage tonight due to some of the technology limitations at one of the newest rinks in Western New York, Harborcenter here in downtown Buffalo.
Absolutely shocking.
Unable to bring you a live feed from this state-of-the-art rink. Support for Buffalo State Club Hockey comes from Militello Realty, from Ivy Lee Pharmacy, also from Town Auto. Our coverage also supported by the Hurdle Parker Liquor Store, the law offices of Nicholas J. Narchis, by 95 Nutrition, and by Colvin Cleaners, as well as Envious Gameware. That should do it for second period coverage. We're going to be back here shortly with third period play. Stay tuned as we are at Harborcenter for Buff State, taking on the Canisius ACHA Division I team.